All right, we took a little bit of a hiatus, but seat time, we're back.
Yes, long time no see. How's it going?
Pretty good. We recently have driven the same car now.
Yes.
That sentence didn't really make any sense. But
it makes sense to us.
You've completed the circle. You've driven two cars that I've driven in the past, and now we can finally talk about them.
We can talk about them, yes. And that is the Lotus Emira and the Maserati MC20.
MC20.
But before we dive into all of that, we have been off for what?
2 weeks.
A week or, oh my goodness.
We
That's
didn't
wild.
mean to, but
yes,
it's the summertime.
Summer things happen.
Yeah, we were both away. I was away driving the Volvo V60.
I love that thing. Is that the wagon?
It's the last wagon that Volvo is selling in North America. They've already stopped production.
Really?
Correct.
No.
And it's the Cross Country is the last one they went out on.
That is so sad. So no more Volvos at all? Or
they have killed their sedans, they've killed their wagons, and they are only selling crossovers and crossover EVs.
I guess that is what people are buying these days. So that is so sad. That the V60 is one of the best looking wagons, I think, that has come out in the past few years.
I agree. Well, and they haven't really changed it all that much. If you compare like a late 90s, whatever it was at the time, V70 and a current V60, they pretty much look the same.
Yeah, they're not as boxy anymore, but I love the way they look. And Volvo's design has... even though that design came out, what, 20, was it 16 or 17 or
somewhere
something?
around there, yeah.
It's been, what, almost 10 years, but that thing still looks like it still looks like a new design. So Volvo has killed it with the design.
I agree. It's some people in the comments, I just put out the video a couple days ago. Some people in the comments are like, it just looks too pedestrian.
Oh, it looks too normal?
Yeah, if you compare it to the European Audi wagons, the BMW wagons. So. But yeah, they're basically the only wagons left in North America are, well, if you can find a brand new V60 on a lot still, and Mercedes is still selling the E450 all-terrain.
That's a good car. It's kind of boring, but it's a good car.
And it's also quite a bit, it's like 20,000 Canadian more than this Volvo I was driving was.
No, the Volvo sounds good.
Yeah.
What about, so Audi doesn't sell the A6 wagon here?
They are on a year-long hiatus until the new generation comes out.
I don't understand
they
how
are
these
bringing it back.
manufacturers, they're just making too much money. They're like, we're not producing any cars for the next, like, what? It's a car people want to buy. Not that a lot of people buy those wagons, but it's a car people would want to buy. I don't know how, they probably sell a few thousand, like not that many, low production.
The V60, all this is in my video, but Volvo's last year, the V60, guess what percentage of their total North American sales it took up?
5%?
3%. You were close. You were right on the money.
It makes sense. Like, they're not very popular. They're a very enthusiastic section of the market. So it makes sense. But they are still the coolest part of... They're the coolest shape, I think. They're so nice. They're so good.
Well, and you don't really sacrifice that much cargo space. But I guess for crossovers, the main thing, like we were talking about earlier, people... want either for it to be easier to get in and out and sit higher.
We are so lazy as a population. That's a topic for another day. But we're so like, oh, we want it to be a little bit higher, to be blah blah blah. You don't want it to just bend down a little bit and just get into the car.
I like dropping into a car.
Yeah, it feels like more of a sense of occasion. I can just
that's
fine. Okay,
it's Wagons are dead.
Yeah, so sad. So wait, no, even the A4 is not a thing. A4 Avant.
No, so they've killed the
what?
They've killed the A4 and the S4 because they're Audi's naming scheme right now.
I heard about that happening. Yeah.
The odd numbers are ICE engines or ICE, just engines. And then
internal combustion engine, in case not ICE, the other one. Just to be clear.
That's not going to be on today's topic list. And then even numbers are, I believe I'm correct in saying that, are going to be EVs.
Oh, that's good. That's smart, though. But
as long as they don't change it again.
Yeah, that's so. What, A5 is going to be an EV?
No,
sorry, they said odd. So A5 is going to be a wagon. Wait, no, do they?
Yes, because they just came back out with the new RS5 wagon and RS5. And they have not
sick.
confirmed or denied the RS Avant is coming to North America
Come
or
on,
not.
they should do it. It's
Absolutely.
not going to sell that much. Maybe like 200 of them per year, but
Yes.
still.
But did you know, and I figured this out when I filmed the Volvo, BMW in the US is selling just as many M5 wagons
No way.
as sedans.
No way.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's like even.
That's
yeah.
a good sign then. Do they sell the M3 wagon here?
That's
Just
the
the
thing.
big one.
Just
Why
the
do
big
they
one.
get? They're all big. The M3 is huge
The
now.
M3
That should
is-
be the size of an M5. And so the M5 is like it's the weighs like the size of the moon, but it's fine. Or
Yeah.
it's huge.
Massive.
Yeah. So, but in anywho, you were driving that.
I was driving that.
Mm-hmm.
Where were you? What did you do?
I was in Kentucky and Tennessee. So Kentucky went for a wedding and then stayed with a friend of mine. He has the page. I think Driving with Melissa is his car page or his. And then they also have Full Octane Garage. They run a few social media accounts.
Cool.
But really good friend of mine. He used to be the Jag guy that had Project 8. He had a Jag Project 7. And he also had a Jag, what's the other one? XKRS GT. Literally made, like he loves, and that was where I got my Jag love from, was because he loved Jags. I also love Jags because he did.
Yeah.
And I just saw how cool they were. And after driving all those cars, they are amazing cars to drive. It's sad that the Jag as we know it is essentially gone.
For now.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
They also took a hiatus. I'm like, how can you as a company just take a hiatus from making cars?
How are the dealers not just enraged?
No, so
right
I think
now?
one of them that I remember he was saying have gone out of business.
Of course. Yeah.
And the reason, so sadly, he sold all his Jags. Big Jag guy. He had the E-Type, had everything.
Nice.
But he's selling all the limited edition Jags, or has sold all of them because of that very reason. He's not sure what's happening with Jag in the future because taking the hiatus, changing to EV, and they had already started, I guess, feeling for parts shortages and all of these things that come from the dealer or the head of the factory not making any more cars.
Didn't even think about that.
Yeah. So and he also had or still has one Jag left. He has the F-Pace SVR. So a big Jag
Love
guy.
that thing.
And he had to sell all the cars. And thankfully I think he either broke even or made some money from selling all of them because they were all limited edition. One of 20 XKRS GTs. Project 7. I don't know how many they made.
Have you ever seen, other than his maybe, an XKRS GT on... No, me either.
Never.
On the
they
road?
only made 20.
No. Really?
Yeah.
Wait, am I thinking about...
There had a few. So there was XK, regular XK. There was XKR, which was supercharged. Then the XKRS had a little bit more power, more tracky. And then the XKRS GT was a limited edition one.
Is it that rare?
Yeah. I think less than 20 came to the US, if I'm accurate. He'll tell you all the things, and VinWiki, they have all the things. It's funny because TJ, who we had on the podcast last, I was telling him about James from Driving with Melissa and with all the Jags, and he was like, oh yeah, like he actually knows of him because they, I guess, keep a record of all the cars on VinWiki of how many cars are existing and all that good stuff. So, sadly, again, he's selling all of the car. Again, has sold them, and he moved on to other things that actually they weren't taking hiatuses, and they had parts plentiful. So he got a few other things: Lamborghini STO, Huracan STO.
Ooh, that is from what I've driven a couple Huracans, but from what I know, that's like the best.
Me too.
This is the last one they made, or one of the last ones they made.
Yes,
and like just hardcore. Track variant.
Yeah, I've driven a regular Huracan, not the STO but
no, me either.
Or the what is the other one? STO or
Performante was the earlier hardcore one with the forged carbon, and then there was an Evo. I believe the Evo may have been the last one they actually made.
Or maybe it was the Evo he has.
Huracan
One of the
Evo?
two he had. So he essentially had that for 3 months. He goes through cars like I don't even know, but he sold that, and then I think he got a Z06.
C8?
Yeah, C8 Z06.
Good choice.
But his wife hated it because it was too droney on the highway.
Really?
Yeah.
With the factory exhaust?
Yeah, apparently it's too droney. Like because they live out in the country, and so driving for 45 minutes to the city or whatever. I guess the wife was the only car that she hated.
That surprises
because it was droney.
me.
And then a friend of his drove the car. was about to get the C8Z06 and drove the car and was like, yeah, no, not happening.
What?
And so he just got the Grand Sport. So he literally just took delivery of it like 2 weeks
Well,
ago.
for a daily,
Yeah.
for the Grand Sport or the Grand Sport X is probably your best bet. Just because, well, the X is all-wheel drive, but even still.
Yeah.
I
So
didn't
he sold
find-
it
yeah,
after a while
okay.
because of that, probably that fact, and he was also like moving on to other things. But
Yeah.
then he got the Lotus Emira and the Maserati MC20. And he said it's insane how wild the prices on the MC20s have dropped, or it's insane how much the MC20s have depreciated.
Did
in
he
such a
is
short
his
time.
used?
Yeah, he got his used, but it was
Good,
almost
okay.
brand new. Like
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
like it's barely used. But I think he said
used.
the sticker was like 300 plus US, and he got his for 189 in like a year or less. Yeah,
That's tough.
Yeah.
Whenever I do new car reviews, and it's not very often on cars with price tags that high, I'm very hesitant to bring in used options. I feel like most people know this, that these new cars, especially Ferraris and Lamborghinis, not so much, but Maserati, Bentley, they're going to depreciate very
I didn't
quickly.
realize how much though. Like you would think maybe like 10, 20 grand like a normal used car, but the depreciation hit is insane.
It's the percentage, but it's even more so than a lot of these.
Yeah, which is wild because Lotus, you would think it would depreciate that much, but they've held their value.
No,
Like,
they're not going anywhere.
No, like which I'm like, okay.
They MSRP, I believe, at least for the 2024, the first edition was 110 US.
That's
if you wanted a
incredible.
stick V6 with like a couple options,
And they're still around the same price US.
There may be you could get one for
A little bit
95
cheaper,
maybe,
but still
US. Yeah,
That's amazing. Like that's pretty good. And it's been what, 2024, 2 years now.
2 years.
So they've held their value pretty well. So, but
yeah.
the MC20 though, it's.
Do you want to talk about the MC20 first?
Yeah, and then the Emira.
So just price. What is that driving experience worth to you? And wait, did you drive the hardtop or the Cielo?
The hardtop.
Okay.
Yes. So it was good. His had a Capristo exhaust on it, which was better than stock.
Definitely, I would
But
imagine.
it was still quiet.
Okay.
It was still, you would expect it to be like brah, flame spitting, but it was still quiet. So
turbos.
yeah, but it was fine. Yeah, like it was fine. I did notice that the suspension was harsh. No matter what setting you had it in, it was still kind of bumpy. It was still kind of like harsh. And which is interesting because even the Emira, I thought it would have harsher suspension because it has a sport suspension, but it was
His has the sport suspension.
yeah,
Okay,
but it was fine. The sound was definitely, it was better, but it's still not as vocal as I would want a supercar to be, especially one that has 600 plus horsepower.
Yeah, the MC20. Yeah. This is why I asked you if you drove the open top, because I only drove the open top. And the one thing, I don't know if I mentioned this to you after I drove it for the first time, but the best part about the noise was not the sound of the V6, it was the turbos.
Yeah, the whooshes.
The intakes are like right next to your ear.
You hear it, yeah.
It reminded me of my old MR2 Turbo, but amplified to 10.
The turbo sound was my favorite part of driving the MC20 for sure. You could hear the turbos more than you even heard the exhaust.
Yes,
Even though the one I drove had a Capristo exhaust on it.
That's crazy.
And then so I think for me that was my favorite. And then it was playful because you could get into the boost and then let off and hear the
so
good.
Which is weird to hear from a mid-engine supercar.
Yes, yeah, and so definitely it's from a sound perspective, it's still not to the level of the Emira.
Which is weird because they're both. It's not weird because one is turbos and one's not, but. V6s, I don't know about you,
they're not the best sounding things in the world.
Yeah.
But I'll hand the hats off to Lotus. They did an amazing job of making that Emira sound good.
It sounds good.
Everything about that. Well, let me go back to.
We can finish with the MC20.
MC20.
Yeah.
But you felt like $1 million driving that thing. It was sick. It looks amazing.
Yeah.
The doors go up. That's like the coolest part. It's really low. It's wide.
You sit just. It's a carbon tub. You're sitting on the ground.
Yes. The sills were pretty wide.
Oh yeah.
It was just such a cool looking car. Every angle of that MC20.
Beautiful. It's perfect.
It looks so good.
Yeah.
And it's not as harsh looking as a Lamborghini, like a Lamborghini Huracan, and they're very angular edges, but the MC20 is just beautiful. Nice and smooth, curvy.
It's as it should be, more closely aligned to Ferrari in that regard. At least Ferrari's design of the past.
One part that I didn't appreciate much was the steering.
You don't like the steering?
Especially compared to the Lotus.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't even close. No. It wasn't even close. Like, I couldn't get as much feedback. And I forgot, I'm trying to remember which one I drove first, but I couldn't get as much feedback as I would want. Like, I couldn't feel what the steering was doing. Mm-hmm. I think we drove the Lotus first.
Okay.
So, coming from that to this, I was like, oh.
Well, to me, it's comparing just the steering directly, the Lotus Emira at low speeds, it basically, when you get past a certain threshold and you're going slowly, it feels like it takes away all of the assist. It almost feels like it's manual steering. It gets really heavy versus most cars, including the MC20, when you go lower, they boost up to make it around parking lots and easy. Yeah. So I found in the MC20, I had to be driving really quick.
For it to actually begin to feel
something. But even still.
Yeah. The cool part was you can turn up the settings of the steering and adjust how stiff you want it. Yeah. But still, it improved it, but it was still not to the level of the Lotus.
No.
Yeah. Sorry, James. I know he's listening to this.
I mean, and two, how much of that comes down to completely different size of vehicle, but one has hydraulic power steering. Yes. The Emira and the MC20 does not.
Which is very rare. Like, how many production cars still have How many production cars still have hydraulic steering?
McLaren.
Oh.
And Lotus.
I forgot McLaren had.
Yep, still.
That makes so much sense.
Still,
they're steering. Every McLaren I drive, I'm like, dang, this thing steers so good. You can feel the road, all of that.
And those are the only two, I think, from what I know.
Wild.
But the MC20 is just, it also, having more mechanical grip, you do just naturally have to be going so quick to really make it fun.
And I didn't go that quick. Like, it's not my car, so and I know he'll let me like do what, but I'm like, no, like I want to be respectful of the car. So I didn't get to fully exploit the capabilities of the thing. But from the little that I experienced, from what I think maybe like an hour of experience with the thing. Yeah. So it was awesome. It was great. No one tells you though is the doors are amazing because they go up, but they're also very annoying because you can get blocked into in a parking lot or a parking structure.
Of course. Yep.
If it's maybe a V12 Lambo, it opens up.
They basically go straight. It's more practical than a normal door. Yes. A Revuelto's door is more practical than a standard door. Goes up. You don't have to think about how tall the curb is or how far away the wall is.
Exactly. Nothing. But with the MC20, the doors open out.
And
so you're taking up like almost 2 parking spots by the time the doors are open. Yeah. So, and what James does is which I'm like, I don't know, people would not think the best, but he usually take 2 spots up. Like I know.
Hey, wait.
I'm like, oh gosh.
He's in Kentucky, right?
In Tennessee, Nashville area.
Nashville area. They have space out there.
True, but still, I'm like,
we've got like mountains and water. We can't take up 2
because
spaces.
He said he has gotten into a spot where he comes out from dinner and he's almost trapped in the spot. Essentially, and he has to like barely kind of lift it up and like.
That's why you get the open top, so you can just hop in.
Yeah. So that was one downside of the doors, even though they look pretty cool.
They look cool. What do you think about? And I didn't really notice this too much because I was trying to push the car and drive it hard. What did you think about some of the switch gear? Could you immediately tell that it was kind of Fiat products in there, just carryover stuff?
No, I couldn't tell.
Some of the stuff,
I couldn't tell. An annoying thing though is everything is on the screen. So like, if I remember correctly, climate controls are on the screen. all of that, and so you're trying to drive and you're trying to press, or maybe not climate controls, but a lot of controls
most
are on
of it
the screen.
is. I can't
so you're trying to
remember
change
exactly.
some settings, and you're like, and you're like trying to change it. So that was very annoying to do, but oh well, it is part of, I guess. Yeah. So I wish they had done physical controls. I'm trying to remember. I think the Emira has physical.
Emira has
HVAC
physical
controls.
HVAC, temperature and fan, I believe, are it has a row of physical controls.
that's awesome.
I believe so. Mm-hmm. And Lotus has improved. They did with the Emira, the user experience and daily drivability. I mean, tenfold over. I've never personally driven an Evora, but I've driven older Lotuses, Exesias and stuff. And I mean, it is I don't know what you thought. I could easily daily drive.
Yes.
The Emira.
Speaking of daily drive, I want an Emira. That should be my next car.
Let's go. No, I'm with you on that.
Oh my! The Emira was every part of the Lotus is amazing. There are so many levels to it. It looks an 11 out of 10. It looks so cool.
Yes.
What else? It had a red color. This one is first edition, manual transmission, 400 horsepower, supercharged V6.
Toyota V6. It's gonna be reliable. It should be reliable.
Yeah. Yep. It sounds so good. Keep going.
I was just gonna say, to me, it's the perfect blend of exhaust engine noise and supercharger whine.
Oh yeah.
It's like you hear everything at once.
You hear everything, and that keeps on going with the Lotus because you can hear everything, you can feel everything. The steering, you know where your steering is. You can feel what it's doing every time. It gives you feedback. It's like feedback central. It gives you the auditory, the feeling in your seat, the engine behind you. You feel the vibrations. The road noise was a lot of road noise, like a lot of outside NVH.
In that way, it is.
It works.
Yeah.
It works with the car. I was not bothered by that at all.
And you were driving the one with the sport suspension. Yeah. So I've driven what? I believe I drove both of the cars I've driven. I believe have had sport suspension.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember. I've driven the DCT, the Mercedes automatic as well with the 4-cylinder. But
okay. What?
I didn't find them too stiff either. They are, but like you're saying, it's still the one thing that is very still Lotus about it is the road noise, little bit of wind noise.
Yeah, that part was not. So the Maserati was definitely more isolated than the Lotus. Yes. But
it's a luxury. It's strange because the MC20 feels, when you're going slow, you're on the freeway, in some respects, it just feels like a luxury GT
feels like
car.
A normal car. 100%.
Long road trips.
Yeah.
But then it's fast.
Yes, it is.
Very fast.
The MC20 was fast. And it was nice because you could light the tires up so easily. It's so sick. I love that. And but the Lotus was just fun.
Is there anything you don't like about the Emira? There's two things for me.
I know.
Okay.
Storage space is seriously lacking.
No frunk.
I wish you had a frunk.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they put a frunk in it?
I don't know what's under there. It's got to be battery, power steering,
but
obviously.
But they could have at least tried. They didn't even try.
No.
And I know in the back you can fit a golf club. I think that was the benchmark of fitting a golf club.
The back is
it's decent.
Not bad. It's decent.
But the fact that you don't have a front trunk is definitely a damper on the livability.
Yeah, and you have a little behind the seats. There's a little parcel shelf.
Barely.
But you're bigger than me, so you probably have your seat.
Yeah, I'm a thick boy.
Yeah. Which is actually surprising because it's a lot of people's questions with these cars are like, I don't know if I'm gonna fit. You know,
you can fit.
To me, I mean, so much headroom. I have one other complaint.
What?
It's not even that big, but especially if you went from an MC20 into an Emira, the seats in the Emira, they're great. They could be better, and they're not quite. Yeah, I just feel like the lumbar in those, I can't. It has too much lumbar almost.
Really?
I remember that specifically about it, which is weird.
You drove it longer than I did, and you've driven more, so you can tell more from the seats. I was just happy to be driving. I was like,
no, they're great.
It was more sensory overload.
No, I get
anything.
it.
But I didn't. Maybe if I drove it for longer, then I would complain about it, or if I took it on a road trip or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fair. You've put a lot more miles than I have.
But also, I'm trying to, at that point, after driving a car for 2-3 days that is so fun to drive, I'm trying to look for little things.
Yes. So for you, when you drove the Emira, give me your top favorite things about it.
I mean, it's just a fact. First off, like we were talking about earlier, it undercuts an equivalently powered Porsche Cayman by 30%. at least 30%. It also
looks a lot better than any Cayman ever could.
Yes.
What? Which one? GT4 RS?
GT4 RS.
It's a Porsche. Like, it's not special looking.
No, but still, I agree with you. The Emira, dude, when I see them on the road, which is not often.
They look so good.
Immediately, you're like, yes, a Cayman, especially to someone who's not into cars, could be a $60,000 10-year-old Cayman or a $250,000 GT4 RS.
Yeah, they look not identical, but they look pretty similar.
So that's one thing. The price, I'm like, in 3-4 years, dude, even if they're like 70,000.
Even a 911, I would take an Emira over any 911.
That's a ridiculous statement.
That's me. I would seriously. It just has such, maybe a 3RS,
GT3 with a manual,
or maybe a GT3.
Those are pretty much the only ones for
the
me.
Emira, just the sense of occasion that you get when driving it, the look of it, the feeling of everything. The Porsche has pretty good steering, but I still think the Emira still had better feedback in the steering, for me at least.
Yeah, I feel like it's tough because it's been a minute since I've driven a GT or a Cayman GT4. I feel like Porsches, especially on center, but the steering feels a little bit more precise.
I was gonna say
precise, but in terms of feel, they're both so good. I mean,
the Porsche is a little bit more refined in general. It's more, you get less road noise. You get, but I'm also curious if Lotus did that on purpose though, because it's you get more, again, I'm using the term feedback. You get feedback from the road. It's more involving. It's more engaging to drive. The Porsche is more isolated. It feels more put together. Sounds weird. It feels more solid. Yeah. The Lotus is, you feel everything. So I love that about it. So for me, I would take that over. I would say I'll take that over a GT3. And the price.
Wow, dude.
I still can't get over the price.
I don't know, man.
The price.
No, the price, yes. The GT3 manual versus an Emira, they're so different.
They're different cars, rear engine versus mid-engine, and then they do different things. The only reason I would get a Porsche, back seats. That is the only reason.
Can you get a GT3 though with back seats?
Yes.
Can you?
The new one, yes. Okay. Yes, they did. Not originally, but they did. Okay. Now you can.
Yeah.
Essentially, okay. 2025, I think they started offering them with back seats. But that's the only, because I'm a dad, and that is also going into what I'm going to talk about next. On a downside to the Emira, is it doesn't have back seats compared to the Lotus Evora.
Yeah, true. They had 2+2s.
Exactly. The Evora had back seats. So, and I'm a dad. I just got into trouble this past week.
Because you bought a car with no back seats?
Yes.
Who could have seen this coming?
Because at the time that I bought my Z, we've had 2 kids for like a year now or anything. But at the time I bought my Z, we hadn't yet talked about future plans for the kids with they were going to go for daycare and all the little running about and blah, blah, blah. And so I was just like, I'm just going to take one kid at a time. But now
I'll come back for the other.
Plans have, I know.
Just stay there. Hold up.
Well, plans have changed in the past few months, I would say, or like in the past month or week even, because both kids are starting daycare. Initially, we were hiring, what did they call it? Nannies and all that stuff. Yeah. Too expensive. We did it for a few months. But now it's like, okay, we have to figure something out that actually works. So we're doing daycare, and they're both going to different daycares. Long story.
Okay, yeah.
And actually, one is starting preschool. So preschool versus daycare. So I can't really drop both of them off at the same time.
Oh my god.
So, and my wife goes to work twice a week. I go to work I go to film maybe once, go on a shoot maybe once a week, maybe once every other week.
Mm-hmm.
So I should be able to drop both kids off at the same time, not one it's just extra work.
But do you still have the QX, no?
Yeah, but she drives that one. She drives the Infiniti QX80.
And you already sold the wagon?
Oh yeah, it sold in one day.
Doesn't surprise me.
It literally sold in one day.
I'm glad. Did you lose any money on that or no?
No. But sold it for essentially, I actually gained $1,000. Actually, I was like, oh yeah.
So you paid for your insurance too, probably.
Exactly.
Or like a chunk of it.
Yeah, so it was sick. I got rid of it for what I had in it, and it was awesome. It's like the best car that I've owned at the price and everything that it was offering. It was a wagon manual Audi A4 Avant.
Audi B5, I think.
B7.
B7.
All-wheel drive.
Okay.
The manual was the favorite part, but then I wanted something faster, and some of the suspension was falling apart, and I didn't want to have to look for how to fix it, and so I was like, eh. Anyhow.
So you want a perfect mid-engine car. You want like the smallest niche in the automotive industry. A mid-engine manual car with 4 seats.
Yes.
Great.
Tell me another car that does the same thing. Like that the Lotus Evora does.
The 911, rear engine, but still, the 911 and the Evora 2+2.
But then, the 911's rear engine. So it makes sense now. So now it makes sense why the 911 is in a class of its own.
Well, and like you were saying before, compared to the Emira, it's a lot more isolated in context. Mm-hmm. So you could easily take it on a long road trip. 911s, aside from the GT cars, are so comfortable.
But it's a 911.
I get it.
It looks like I get it. It's too pedestrian.
Yeah, you want something that you walk up to and you're like, I'm the only one around with this car.
Or even get the feeling. Like, whenever I saw the Emira, I was like, oh my god. And then you drive it.
Yeah.
Like, oh my goodness, amazing. And then you come out of it and look at it again and you're like, oh my goodness.
Dude, one day I will own an Emira. No, I love them so much.
It's so good. Like, the value is insane. And so the 911 doesn't feel special. No matter... The only 911 that'll feel special for me is a 3RS because of how insane it looks. It looks like nothing else. Even the GT3.
The GT3 has the engine, and a manual with that engine are the things that the GT3 has going for. Not the only thing, of course. But for me, you cannot get a high revving NA flat six anywhere else.
True. Lotus.
Well, it's not flat though. It's not.
True.
The GT3, in my opinion, sounds better. But the Emira, you cannot get that sound anywhere else.
No.
You can't get a supercharged V6 with a manual anywhere else. So
it's brought me back again to I might be getting rid of the Z or
for an Evora.
Maybe. I'm not sure. But after driving the Emira, I was like, dang, this is a great driving car. The Evora, sad it doesn't have back seats, but the Evora has back seats, and it's also cheaper.
But it's also tougher to find. Maybe I'm speaking.
And they're also holding their value pretty well.
All Lotuses do.
It's insane.
Lotuses have like this. It's like G-Wagons we were talking about.
But buy it and sell it for the same price.
Yeah, but they make a lot. They made a lot less Evoras, I believe, than G-Wagons. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's gonna be. I haven't driven an Evora, but I have a feeling it's gonna be more harsh. Everything I've heard, there's more NVH. It's the further back you go, the more Lotus you get.
Yeah, it was nice to see that the Emira had CarPlay. Yeah, I was like, oh, it actually live with it. It's so nice,
dude. You can totally live with it.
Yeah, that was very surprising with how daily drivable it was. The practicality was not the best thing in the world. I could
just barely fit all of my camera gear, like everything in the Emira, just barely. For those of you watching, things in the back, they do get hot.
That's what I thought.
They cook. I got put groceries in there one time.
Melted.
Like butter is like melting.
Makeup for your girlfriend or wife will be melted.
Yeah.
Sad. So that's one challenge. So the Evora also doesn't have a front trunk.
That doesn't surprise me.
So it's similar size and space to. The only advantage was it has back seats. And just to make sure that I will, because I'm like, these seats look really tiny. I'm like, who can fit in these seats?
Exactly. Yeah.
And so have you ever heard of a channel called Dad Cars?
Nope. I'm not a dad, so why would I?
So yes, it's called Dad Cars. You guys should check him out. He essentially makes a lot of dad car content. So the most obscure dad cars, from V10 Audi RS6s to Evoras.
Perfect.
So the Evora, he has a video where he's literally trying out how to fit car seats in the Evora. It's like the perfect video. It's so good. This is my life. I know. It doesn't sound interesting, but it was actually because looking at the seat, I'm like, a child can't fit in there. This looks so tiny. But you can fit a child seat. It's harder to fit a rear-facing seat in the back. But you can easily fit 2 front-facing seats in the back.
And I'm guessing there are only 2 seatbelts in the back, not 3?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And then you can also, in the later models of the Evora, they also came with the extra anchor points in the bottom side of the seats for like just shoving.
This is so nerdy.
I know, it's very parenty.
I love this.
And then I was looking at the comments and people were saying, like they've had the car since it was new, and their kids have essentially grown up and they're even teenagers now, and now they can't fit anymore. But I'm like, that is the perfect car for owning for a long time, for when the kids are little, to maybe when they get into like middle school or high school, then you get something else. I just don't want to buy a 911. Like, I just don't want to buy a 911.
Well, this is a problem of not having, like, if I could have a perfect, really fuel efficient daily and a super hardcore weekend car, I would do that. But your problem is you're trying to combine the two.
Yes.
And you can do it, but you're trying to skew like way into hardcore land.
Yeah, because I don't want I want it to look and feel special.
Yeah, of course.
Any wagon, to me, the only thing that feels special wagon wise would be the RS6. It looks sick, but then you don't have a manual transmission.
Yeah,
which is what I want.
And you want something more modern so you can have CarPlay and stuff. Yeah.
I mean, but you can retrofit it into anything now these days.
True.
So even that, I'm like, So I want, if I could get, I don't know if you can get an Evora with a what do they call it? A warranty these days. You can probably buy like extended warranty if it's under 10 years old. So if you were to get like anything 2016 and above, like 2016 to like 2019 or whenever they stopped making it.
Tough to find around here. They're so rare.
They are rare. There
so
are maybe
rare.
only like 10 Lotus Evoras for sale in the country.
Yeah,
in
that
Canada.
doesn't surprise me.
So
you would have to, at this point, luckily we have our 15-year import rule. It would kind of apply if you're looking older, but there's so many more in Europe, and they got a lot of the later models from the Evora that we did not get here.
Oh, really? Like what?
Evora, a bunch of the later sport models, like Sport 410. We got the 400 here, but Evora Sport 380, I think, was one of them. And they look totally different than the Evoras that we got here. Or no, sorry, am I thinking about the Emira?
No, you're thinking
or
about
not. Sorry, not the
Emira.
Emira. The Exige. Yes, I am.
Yeah,
I totally confused.
I love the Exige.
I confused them
the Cup
totally.
380 is sick.
I'm thinking about the last Exiges.
They
also
cool.
look unreal.
They look so good.
Sorry about that, you guys.
Yes, Lotus does a good job at making. They know how to style a car.
Yeah.
And the driving experience. So for what I want, there's nothing. 911. Or Emira, or what else?
You guys, if you have any mid-engine or rear-engine cars that are not those that we've mentioned, that have 2 seats in the back, I can't think of any.
That are manual transmission. It's very specific. Because I don't want to drive anything other than a manual. Maybe, because one of the cars that, maybe in the future, I'll say this now, and C8 Corvette was it's pretty practical. It has big trunks.
Totally. Yeah.
So maybe that might be a 3rd or 4th car or something.
Yeah.
But for everything that I'm looking for, it's either 911 or Emira. Somebody else should bring a car with back seats that's mid-engine.
No, we don't need
that.
No.
Why not?
No, we don't need that.
It's practical.
No.
Please, somebody else do something.
No.
Like, if you could give a car mid-engine back seats, or if you could give a supercar mid-engine, or it already has mid-engine, but if you give a supercar back seats, what car would you give?
Because you'd have to extend the wheelbase in pretty much anything, and I wouldn't want to do that.
But the Emira or Evora still looks good though. Even though the wheelbase is kind of,
it
looks kind of funky from
the only reason why it works is because the engine's transverse mounted.
Yeah.
That's literally the only reason why it works.
Yeah.
So in a 4.5, like any of these, you're not going to get it. Maybe if you go back to some of the older Ferraris, that had transverse mounted engines, but
But yeah, the choices are not that many. That's so sad. But again, I'm just one person trying to look for a very specific niche.
Yeah.
That's not a Porsche 911. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Maybe I might decide to do a 911 after getting frustrated. And
the thing is about 911s, once you're behind the wheel, man, they're so fun. If you're driving in a fun way,
I know they're fun.
They're like, for most people, they're such a good balance between a perfectly fine daily driver if you get all-wheel drive all year round, and just like a fun car that has a ton of feel out on the back roads.
But you would think, being in competition, because the car making is a very competitive business, automaking, you would think some other manufacturer would have tried a similar formula that Porsche has tried.
Right.
With similar thing, rear engine, back seats, manual, like all of those things. Porsche is in a league of its own. Lotus doesn't do it anymore.
No.
It's only Porsche.
Yeah, but we're talking about wagons before. The wagons are so practical, and they're not selling.
But they don't look as sick as... I know, they're probably not going to sell. It's probably going to be dads that are like, hey, I want this, blah, blah. But think about it, though. If you were an automaker, wouldn't you... They sell boatloads of 911s.
Yeah, but this is the thing. People who have 911s have other cars. And most of the thing... Like, once you have a 911... Most people who have 911s above like a base Carrera have other cars. They have a Macan.
Yeah,
just suck it up, get a Macan.
No. No. I don't want to get another SUV.
Wait a second. You had a 370Z. They don't have back seats.
No, they don't have. It's so sad.
300ZX does, yeah.
Yeah, why didn't they put a back seat in this car? Maybe I'll try to engineer one. No, bad idea.
All right.
So, yeah, sadly, manual transmission and rear wheel drive. It's only the Porsche that does that with back seats.
We'll come back to it. We'll come back to it.
Yeah. So, for you, what were your favorite parts about driving the... I know we've already talked about it, but the MC20. What were your top things and things you didn't like?
Oh, I mean, the sound for me. It doesn't, especially if you're paying MSRP, the sound does not match the price. The looks, like we were talking about, the paint, the looks, the doors, everything about it, other than that. And even the speed, compared to some of the competition, it's not quite as fast. I mean, a 296 will blow an MC20 out of the water.
Yeah.
As far as speed goes and sound. And just, I mean... I didn't fall in love with the MC20. I wasn't like the Emira. I think about that car a lot.
Me too. I'm like, how many bones could I sell or kidneys could I sell to afford one?
But the MC20 I had not thought about really since I edited the video a year and a half ago.
Wow.
Until you mentioned you drove one.
Wow.
So there you go. There's your answer. It was and it didn't really bother me. I mentioned it earlier, but a few of the switchgear and button
was kind of cheap.
They're just, they're
generic
Fiat products. They're, Alfa Romeo products.
I always forget FCA is they own them essentially. They're all the same.
But I mean, turbo noise is like it's a blast to drive. Don't if I was not paying MSRP and I was paying more similar to what your friend paid.
You can get them at 160 now.
160? That's a buy.
That's a pretty good bargain. That's a buy. That's a pretty good bargain for the doors that go up.
Well, and compared, if you look at what 458s are going for now, that have way less power, the doors don't go up.
It does not make any sense what the 458 market is happening.
It's NA, that's all.
NA, the last naturally aspirated V8,
and it sounds
amazing. It looks good.
Yep.
If you told me the 458 released last year, I would believe you.
Yeah.
It just is timeless. That has been my dream car ever since, like the ultimate dream car. That and maybe like a Gallardo 2nd gen. Ever since they came out, like the 458 2009. I don't care. Just I want to have one, but I'm scared I'm never going to be able to afford one because what did one just sell for at Car Week?
I don't know.
400 or something?
Was it a Speciale?
Or like 300? I don't even think so. Like the market is, actually, a friend of mine was asking 400 for a 458. Yes, like he has a dealership.
That's
and
ridiculous.
I was like, what?
That's so crazy. That's not
Which
worth
is insane because I remember when another friend of mine bought his for like 160.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. That I was like, oh, one day I'll be able to afford it. Nope.
No, they saw their little trough, and then.
Gosh, that's so sad.
Should we talk about, along those same lines, a little bit of Car Week?
Oh gosh.
Because we were not there.
No. So I'm so sad I wasn't there.
Yeah, I was choked.
But
a lot of things happened.
Both good and bad.
What was bad? What bad happened at Monterey?
I guess people still doing shenanigans. Like every year, still doing wild things, donuts and all of that stuff. But I heard this year it was more controlled.
Yes.
There were a lot of cops.
Yeah, they cracked down.
And I follow a car page. You should follow it. It's called Monterey Car Week. And so it's pretty awesome because also a lot of the locals are there. So they we see all of the details and feedback, and both good and bad. And it is so entertaining to see. Not entertaining. The locals, some of them get so upset with the amount of traffic. Also, the bad was they closed down a bunch of other things like that were not like a 17-mile drive. I think
that's the main strip, I believe.
Yeah, I think they closed that off to you have to pay to get in or something like that because the traffic there was insane.
I believe it was local traffic.
The locals
only.
were kind of upset and all of that. So, what else?
But as far as the cars that it's turned into, and again, I've never been
Geneva.
It's all of these car shows. It is interesting. It's all happening at the same time. The car shows are kind of going away. The Detroit International Auto Show, Geneva, they're still there and relevant. But Acura revealed a concept car at Monterey Car Week.
It is the largest automotive gathering in North America for car things. It is the place to unveil everything. Every big manufacturer unveiled something there.
It is pretty cool because at the very least you know what to expect and you can kind of look out for things. Acura released an EV concept. That's kind of, whatever.
Yeah. But I'm like,
it's not an NSX or not NSX. NSX replacement. It's not that. It's it looked like more of an SLS shape, a long hood.
Not interested.
What about talking about Ferraris and how much they were worth? So we've already talked about last week or the week before the synthetic manual transmission that Ferrari's building.
Oh my god.
It's pretty cool, right? And people actually that were there got to feel it at least in a car that was just parked. I heard it's okay. McLaren though, the MCL 6 GT.
Yeah.
But first off, the fact that I have to look down to remember that name.
It's such an interesting name. But
didn't they learn anything from the MP4-12C?
That is so the interesting part is a similar car existed back in the day that the guys, and the only reason I know this is because a friend of mine, Ash Thorpe, he and Carlos, a guy that he works with, they do these renders. And so they did an M6 GT, not M6 GT, but they reimagined the original car years ago, like 6-7 years ago, which was based on the M6 GT. That
was, I believe, one of McLaren's first road car, but that never made it into full production.
It was a race car, sort of, but then he wanted a road car for it. And then he built it. It was like bright orange or something. Okay. It looked insane. And so they did a reimagination from it. And so when I saw it, I was like, no way. This is like the same thing that Ash and Carlos did like years ago.
Wow.
But theirs looks different. Of course, McLaren's looks different. But manual transmission from McLaren?
A real manual transmission.
Hallelujah.
No, I think this is bigger than people
realize. McLaren has never, apart from the F1, they've never done a manual.
Yeah.
Until now.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. Like that was...
We're never even going to be driving it. Maybe the possibility is there, obviously, but the chances are very slim at this point.
Yes.
But even that is just like, you hope, and we can kind of see it, this enthusiasm is just trickling down.
Oh, yes. Please,
slowly.
McLaren, make an actual version, because like you said, we're probably never going to drive it because they only make like 12 of them, or I don't know how many, but very limited edition.
Is it? I don't believe it's actually a limited production.
It's not?
I don't think so.
Oh.
I could be wrong on that, but I
sick.
don't think it's
If
limited
it's not
production.
limited production, that's amazing. If it costs $2 million, boo. I can't drive it. I can never buy. No, I don't know. But I really hope that it trickles down into more McLarens. Even if they had a special series, like you know how they had the Sports Series and the Super Series.
Yes.
And a different.
Yes.
If they had the Manual Series, please just do it. You're trying to verify facts if it's a limited production.
I was wrong. I got my hopes up.
It is limited?
It's limited to 500 units.
That's still a lot, though.
It's more than like a 997 GT3
Or
RS
any-
4.0.
Yeah, or anything
More
that,
than
that
that.
Ferrari would make now for their
Yeah.
limited edition that they make one.
Yeah.
Did you see that one that they only made one of? Is it Ferrari? Who was the one that made just one car? That was it. People were getting excited, yay, but it's already, you can't even buy it.
I can't
Maybe
remember.
it's Bugatti.
With
the W16 DM.
Destrier, I believe
Yeah.
it's called. Yeah.
So-
is that just one off?
Just one car.
Okay.
I was like, bro, come on, man. Like, bruh. Especially because I don't even know if that car had turbos. Maybe it did. But for what the car stood for and from what the X-Wing fighter thing, what was that thing? The track only car that it was based on.
I don't know.
Gosh, I forgot the name.
I actually don't know.
Bolide.
Oh,
The
yes.
Bolide.
Okay. There's so many hypercars
Yes,
and supercars
that cost
now.
millions of dollars.
Yes, you're right. It is a quad turbo W16. It's the 8-liter. Yeah.
So sick.
Yeah.
But I just wish McLaren, like, I don't know what the price of these things are, but if they can make it, even if it can trickle down to their basic cars, there is enthusiasm for that. You should see what stick shift Porsches caught. Like stick shift,
Yeah.
every stick shift, Ferraris, stick shift Porsche, like not 918. What's the other one? Carrera GT.
Yeah.
Stick shift. Everything with stick shift is just more in the aftermarket, in the resale, all the auctions.
Well, yeah,
and-
especially if it was made automatic and stick shift.
Yeah, the stick shift is not even Murcielago.
Yep.
Stick shift. It's
But
like
yeah, also NA engines have to do with a lot of that. And this McLaren has the typical 4-liter twin turbo V8.
Sick.
No, it's great.
That is so
And
sick.
the big thing about this car is it does McLaren since the 12C looked kind of different,
Mm-hmm.
but after the 650S, the front ends all kind of looked similar. The
very
720S
720 looked different.
changed a little bit, but yeah, and they still kind of have the same
Yeah, so
architecture.
720, 750, 765. Oh, look, I literally could not tell you the difference between all of them. They look
The
identical.
765 is a little bit different.
Yeah, it looks a little bit, but
Yeah,
for the
yeah,
most
yeah.
part, if you see it from like 500 feet away, you wouldn't be able to tell. It just
Yeah.
they look very similar.
This one's cool though. It's completely out of left
Yes,
field.
it doesn't even look similar to similar to
No.
anything.
Well, and I think this is kind of the freedom that McLaren has because nobody's looking like we're looking at. Nobody's looking at McLaren like we're looking at Ferraris and being like, the good old days of Pininfarina.
Yeah, they have a clean slate, dude.
Their first car after the F1 was in 2012.
Yeah.
So
they
it's-
can do whatever
yeah.
they want. Which is awesome because sadly Ferrari's not doing real manuals anymore.
For now.
That is hopefully they see how people are enthusiastic about this V12 fake manual that they did.
Yeah.
And they bring out a proper manual. Because again, like I said, I want to be able to ruin my clutch. I want to be able to stall the thing. I want to be able to actually bog down the car and not have a fake manual.
Yeah.
So the fact that McLaren saw that, and that also tells you it's like McLaren is listening to
100%.
They're listening to the people asking them, begging them to do a manual.
And they can make, it seems like, quick decisions to do this.
There's probably less stuff that goes through compared to like the big people like Ferrari and all the different steps they have.
Yep.
I love McLaren. Like I'm a big fan of McLaren now just because of this car.
What about depreciation though? Because McLarens do depreciate. Not only that, but they are notoriously unreliable.
I heard that recently they've gotten better, but you also hear that about every McLaren.
Well, and I know if you go back to the 12C, far less reliable than even the later 720S.
But there's
for example,
you also
from
hear
what I've
both
heard.
sides because some people are like, "Yo, my 12C has been reliable." Blah blah blah.
I don't think anybody's saying that.
Because the 12Cs are such a good bargain now.
They are.
I
they
catch
are.
myself on the off time looking at one. I'm like looking at
Dude,
12Cs. I'm like,
they are so good looking. I
They
know
look sick.
not everybody loves the look
the
of the
back
front
end
end.
is my favorite.
Okay, yeah. They both look The front end does look a little bit like that's what a kid would draw a supercar would be. It's just
generic.
Cool.
Yeah,
but I love them.
Yes, and so 12C. But again, the reliability thing is always a question.
And the early ones, or all of them had the swipe door handles.
Yes,
to like swipe.
And sometimes it doesn't work.
Yeah.
But again, for the prices that they're going for, I think they're like less than 100,000 Canadian these days, actually.
That's crazy.
Or maybe around that,
That's
maybe
crazy.
110.
For something that looks like that.
It's like
and has
600
doors
horsepower,
that go up.
500 and something horsepower. It looks insane. So
what else got announced?
There was a lot.
Two more that are kind of, I feel like, important but not too different. The Aston Martin Veyron and the Revuelto SV.
Yeah, I honestly don't care. Like Revuelto SV.
We knew the SV was coming. We saw it in camo
What are
not
your
that long
thoughts
ago.
about the looks?
I haven't looked into it too much.
Looks.
I haven't looks wise. I agree with some people in that it doesn't look as crazy versus the standard Revuelto as maybe it should. And granted, are they leaving room so that they can come out with a future SVJ?
But still, though, the Aventador SV looks crazier, like noticeably crazier
versus the standard.
Than the standard one. But the SV, I feel like I could just go get a wing or whatever they did and just put on the base car and it looks identical. Mm-hmm. So I don't think it looks as special. Yeah. What about power? How much power does that car have? The SV Revuelto?
1065 CV.
So barely more than the regular Aventador.
I believe that's the same.
Or the regular Revuelto.
Regular Revuelto has 1001 horsepower.
So pretty much the same thing. And it's probably like 200,000 more.
Sorry, we don't have the exact facts up right now. This was also I did not prepare for this podcast.
So Revuelto SV, that launch, and then what was the
it's got 50 more horsepower.
That's
49 more horsepower.
You will not notice any difference in the performance.
Dude, the Revuelto, I don't know if we talked about
one, right?
I drove one in LA last year.
How was it? What did it feel like?
Bro, first off, the first V12 Lambo I had ever driven. So that's crazy in and of itself. So I can't really compare it to any others. But it was super daily drivable. It's a hybrid.
Daily drivable, a hypercar.
Dude, it is. We talked about the doors being practical.
Yeah.
You can leave the neighborhood in complete silence.
That's wild.
A lot of people hate that. I'm for it. And then if you want, you have an NA V12.
Gosh.
And it's the speed, dude. Like you just said, you won't feel 50 horsepower. You wouldn't.
No.
It's already probably the quickest accelerating car I've ever driven.
Holy. Yeah. Makes sense with 1,000 horsepower. But also the interesting thing about all these hypercars is people are saying 1,000. They don't give you 1,000 horsepower at launch. Like an 800 horsepower car and a 1,000 horsepower car feel exactly the same.
Most of the time. Because you're not using it.
It's probably mostly in the top end. Yeah. So even a 1,000 horsepower car, they're not going to give you 1,000 horsepower from a dig or whatever. There's all these torque management systems and things that are in place to make sure you don't die. Yes. So, and you feel like a hero. You're going into a corner, going way too fast, and the computer controls everything and all of that. So 1,000 horsepower is a lot of power.
And with the Revuelto, it's exactly what you're describing, but even more so. I didn't feel. So I went into Corsa, and I hit traction control once. Okay, so that's like
sport.
I was like, I don't need to turn traction control.
No. I would not trust myself.
So I did that, right? And I'm like, okay, I did a quick POV drive, and I'm like, we're gonna just go for broke. And I was like, wow, this is really quick.
Was it terrifying?
Like, torque is instantaneous. It's got all-wheel. It's doing the torque vectoring. So like you said, it makes
you feel it. The torque vectoring?
I thought maybe this was placebo, but I could feel it very gently. Mm-hmm. But it was more so that I haven't been used to driving mid-engine cars that are all-wheel drive.
Oh,
I actually think this was the first mid-engine all-wheel drive car that I had ever driven.
So all the grip.
So it feels more like it's pulling you.
It's like a freight train.
It's pulling you out of the corner versus like you got to watch for rotation.
Yes, it almost feels like a dog like.
Yes.
It's like
yes.
It's like it can feel it grab. I know that feeling exactly.
Dude, it's like it was so glued, so ridiculous. But I say this to say, like, after that, I turned traction all the way off because
No.
launching wasn't working perfectly.
would not trust. Oh my.
It's all-wheel drive. It's fine.
Oh my gosh.
So I would go full off. Dude, it felt like it gained 200 horsepower.
Makes sense. Yeah.
So then I was like, oh, now I've unlocked all the power. And then I was like, this is so
dangerous.
Quick, man.
Dangerous.
Nobody needs more than that amount of power. I would not trust myself
turning traction control off and sending it.
But again, I'm on a public road.
Dang, dude.
In terms of acceleration, yeah, I would floor it when I could see it. I had enough room to floor it. But in the corners, obviously, I'm not like 10 tenths. Yeah. But even still.
What did it feel like from the feeling of, oh my gosh, this is like $1 million car? Because what was the MSRP for what you, like $850 or something wild?
Canadian, yeah.
800?
No, dude.
What?
850. It was US. Just over 800,000 US for this spec. It was well over, after tax, well into the 7 figures Canadian.
What? Like,
yeah.
I can't even fathom.
It's a lot.
Driving a car that is worth more than my house.
You get, maybe it's just me, but I specifically, when I go to LA to shoot cars, I pick Airbnbs that are very close to the canyons.
Nice.
Pasadena, somewhere, Glendale, wherever, close. So it's like 20 minutes, and I'm not having to go through downtown, Beverly Hills.
I did not like doing that when I lived in LA. Driving half an hour or an hour to get to the canyons sucked.
Yeah. So then when you're up in the canyons, I'm sure you would be the same. Then you don't think about it. Yeah. But yeah, when you're parking, like the MC20.
$1 million.
Yeah.
What if it scratches? What if someone just decides to, or you curb a wheel? Like,
yeah.
Oh, I guess you haven't. That's what insurance is for.
You just gotta be careful.
But still, though,
it was. I mean, still to this day,
was it nerve-wracking? Like, was it? You go to the grocery store, you're not like, oh, someone's gonna ding me. All these, oh my gosh, I'm gonna scrape here.
But also, I don't know if I was supposed to really do this. They don't care. I had filmed the videos, but for maybe 24 hours, I had an Emira press car and a Revuelto at the same time. So I did have to go get food, and I definitely took the Emira.
That's funny. That is so funny.
So I was like, yeah, as much as I try, I can put it in the back of my mind.
Yeah.
There are moments where I'm like, oh, dude, like the paint's like $40,000. The wheels are probably another 40.
Anything that happens could, again, you have insurance, but technically, if you don't have insurance, it could bankrupt you. Just reviewing a car. Like, can you imagine not having, or I mean, you always have insurance, but can you imagine?
The manufacturers, this was a press car, so the
manufacturers have their own insurance. That's
crazy
good.
Insurance, and then I have my own personal.
Gosh.
But
yeah, I don't know if I could do it, man.
What I really want is for one of us to. You haven't driven a Mercy or an Aventador, have you?
No, just a Huracan.
Okay,
and a Gallardo. That's it.
Yeah. I want that comparison. I want to be able to drive an Aventador or a Mercy and just compare it, because it was, the Revuelto is undeniably like a daily drivable supercar.
You put it so loosely. Oh, it's a daily drivable.
It is, but like people say it's too. Some people say it's too soft, but I didn't. It did feel like that in some ways. It was quiet, but it was still like, it's stiff. It's
honestly, the soft people complain about cars being too soft. Those people have never, like, when my Z, people are saying it's too soft. I'm like, it's fine. I'm not driving on a track. Why would I want to feel like my back is breaking when I'm going to the grocery store?
The Z is perfectly tuned for what I would use that car for.
Yeah, but even the Aventador or whatever, like the Revuelto, I'm like, come on, like, it's too soft. What? How is that a problem? Like, who is gonna in there? Maybe there's people that have millions and millions, and I know there's guys that do that. Like in thermal, people will take their $1 million supercars on a track.
Yeah.
But the people that are saying Revuelto is too soft, who's ever gonna use even what the car has, like max 10 tenths on the street? Nobody.
You can, but
you'll be going to prison instantly.
But also, you mentioned this when we were talking with TJ about the older transmissions in exactly,
and that's 5 seconds later.
That's why I want to drive an Aventador and stuff, because the combination of torque vectoring with the E motor in the transmission in the Revuelto and a dual clutch, the torque, there's zero torque drop in between shifts. Awesome. It's just boom, boom, boom.
Gosh. because the EV fills in some of that gap.
Exactly.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
And it's probably also a dual clutch too, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But at the same time, it still has like when you're driving and then you fire up the V12 as you're driving, it's like that's a V12.
Yeah. Oh.
That's an NA V12 behind you.
I love it that Lamborghini did that. Because people were scared they were going to be like, oh, this is going to be the last naturally aspirated, blah, 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 with the Aventador.
Yeah.
And they just left it still naturally aspirated. So I think they are the best. They are the best ones to do it in the way that they did, where they didn't put, it's still a hybrid, but they didn't put turbos. They didn't put things to dampen the specialness of it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's still, from the sounds that I've heard, it doesn't sound as amazing as an Aventador.
That was the other thing. That's the only thing I didn't like about the Revuelto. Really, was that I didn't think it sounded as good as it could have. And I'm just judging from like exterior sounds that I've heard of Aventadors and Mercies and stuff. Yeah, because I've never driven one, but it didn't. You're right. It didn't quite have like.
Yeah, it probably has particulate filters or whatever they have to put on it to dampen the sound because everybody wants stuff quiet now.
Yeah.
Did you see a video that was it Carwow that put a comparison between it was like an RS5 or RS6 first, like it went through up all the generations.
Yeah.
And it was so interesting how the sound had changed to almost sounds like nothing now.
Right, just air.
It's so sad. Yeah, it literally just sounds like air. I'm like, come on, man.
Are you gonna not to get off topic here before we wrap up, but are you gonna put an exhaust on your Z still?
Oh yeah. I need to order one, but I can't make up my mind on which one I want.
Yeah.
But then there's also the thought of, am I gonna sell it
keep it
or not?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't want to modify it and then sell it right after. Like I would want to leave it stock. So sadly, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe
Sound is a big thing.
Sound is a big thing.
It's
the
a
Z
huge
sounds
thing.
terrible. You can't enjoy it.
It does not sound good.
You can't like it takes away one sense because when I'm driving, I'm and it's also not like that it's dangerous, but it makes you aware of what's happening in the car. It's so quiet that even like downshifts, or knowing the proper RPM, the shift, and little things like that. Like
you just
rev
can't
matching.
feel the car.
You can't feel
as
it.
much.
You can't. It's too quiet, and because half the time you're supposed to be looking at the gauge cluster for revving, but a lot of times I just go by sound. I'm like, okay,
of course,
we downshift. I'm like, okay, maybe I should go to second or third or whatever. Or so that sensation is lost in the Z. And it's lost in a lot of other modern cars now because of how quiet they are. I also saw we're jumping back and forth, but I saw that the US or in the UK, they can buy a Z06 now. I think
right-hand drive.
A Supercars of London video that did.
Okay.
But he revved the Z06 and it sounded terrible.
The soft limiter. I saw his reel on that.
Not just a soft limiter. It like they put something, a muffler or it sounds terrible. Yeah, the American one sounds ear-piercingly loud, but that just sounds like it still sounds cool.
It probably has extra things on it.
And I'm like,
to be fair though, I've driven a Z06, but it had an aftermarket exhaust, so I don't.
Oh my goodness.
It sounded unreal, so I don't know what they're supposed to sound like.
I would not put an aftermarket exhaust on a Z06. It's already loud, and I'm just getting old.
You talked about your friend having an issue with the drone. Even the one I drove with an aftermarket exhaust, I don't remember having the drone being an issue, but also I was like trying to have fun with it.
Yeah, exactly. So you're not really thinking about all those little things. So but yes, I want an Emira.
Yeah, that's the moral of the story. Before we wrap up here, because hopefully next year we can go to Car Week and give you like a full
that'll be
breakdown
sweet.
Like everybody else that went. But just really great news all around from the cars.
So many things launched. What else that was cool that launched? There were a lot of resto mods.
A lot of Roof had a new one. I think Gunther Works had a new car.
Koenigsegg.
Did Koenigsegg have?
Yes.
Also GMA.
What did they launch?
GMA had the S1.
That looked exactly like the F1.
It's the S.
But the new one.
The S1 LM they made 5 of them and they announced it last year, and this is just like the less track focused one. I'm not sure. I think they're making 40 or 50. Don't quote me on that. It's less than 100.
It looks so identical to an F1. It's actually awesome.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And then
no
what
notes.
else?
12 cylinders, manual. Dude.
Sick. Is that also a 3-seater or no?
I believe it is.
A center seater?
Yep. I believe so.
That's
Don't quote me on that also.
And then Wild Things sold too. Like The Ferrari Luce that sold for $40 million. Like, come on. Oh,
but wasn't that a charity auction though?
It was a charity, and it's probably also doing it to wash taxes.
Taxes, definitely.
Because that's the way the system works. But it's also going to a good cause, so it's like a win-win.
Yeah.
What else? Some other auction stuff that also sold. I think there was a oh my gosh, what sold for a really high number? I'm trying to think of all the auctions. There was some stuff that sold for really high numbers, and I'm just mind blown.
Let me just quickly bring up just the notable ones, and then.
Have you ever been to Car Week?
No, we talked about this.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah.
No, it's all good. No, I haven't been to Car Week. Gosh. No, I've never been to that section of the coast in California before.
Oh,
no,
so sick. It's so awesome.
Well, there's so many. Like we said, I hadn't been to SEMA until 2024. There are so many others. It's just because.
Have you been to Goodwood?
No, I've never been to Europe.
Let's do it.
I've never been to Europe.
Let's go next year.
I want to go, and like it's just from a content perspective. All of my trips for cars, they need to be business write-offs.
Exactly.
And they also, I need to have scenarios where I can film videos. And I don't generally film event videos. I could film some short form stuff at like the Quail if I had the opportunity to go. But it's...
You can still make it, even if it doesn't get views, you still write it off.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true.
That's what I'm doing. I'm like, even if it doesn't get views, at least you filmed it.
The F1 GTR set a record. I remember that one. The McLaren F1 GTR.
Yeah, what did it sell for?
$34.6 million.
That just sounds...
Crazy.
What?
Crazy.
That number just sounds... It doesn't even sound real.
No, it's like... And
I can't even relate.
The Cobra Daytona sold for $43 million.
What? Even more?
An original... That was the most expensive one, yeah.
What? These numbers.
Yeah, it's crazy. No, money isn't even... And I think if you were there at the auction in person, hearing somebody read these numbers out, it would hit you even that much more.
It doesn't even sound relatable. Like, I don't know what that is. Like, I don't know what that feels like. I'm too poor to know what that feels like.
Do you know the... I'm just looking at the list here. The Corvette... Because later tonight, we're about to watch The Fast and the Furious in theaters. For the first time for me.
I'm excited. I've heard good things.
It's going to be great. Wait, you've seen the movie though, right?
Oh, yeah. But I never saw it in theaters when it came out. I was like 1. I don't know how. No, I don't know how.
I was 8.
When did it release?
2001.
Oh, no. I was a little bit old then. Yeah. But still.
We were too young.
I didn't go to it.
Do you remember in the fourth movie, close to the beginning of the movie, when they're jumping the cars out of the train before it goes off the cliff?
Yes.
The Corvette is like a replica of the Grand Sport. One of those sold at Monterey Car Week for $18.7 million.
A Fast and Furious car?
No, like in a real Grand Sport Corvette.
I was just at the Corvette Museum, and so I remember seeing that Grand Sport, and it looks pretty sick, actually.
Yes.
Like all the extra additions and ducting, and was that a C3 then?
C2.
Yes.
Yeah, like a Stingray, older Stingray.
Is it the one that has the oil cooler behind the trunk?
I don't... Oh, maybe.
It's like...
I think so.
It's up and standing. You see the oil cooler. I was just in the Corvette Museum, so I remember seeing...
Oh, in Kentucky.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
like
cool.
Literally last week?
No way, you went.
Yeah, man. It was so sick.
Should we save that for another show?
Sure, let's do it.
Okay. Of course. So that's in Bowling Green, isn't it? Yeah, wow.
So sick.
That's cool.
So yes, that car is awesome. But how much million did it sell for? 16 or something?
17 something, yeah. 18, sorry, yeah.
Dang, dude.
And then a bunch of Ferraris. Daytona SP3, gorgeous car. One of the few modern Ferraris that
actually looks good.
Dude.
The only one.
Yeah, that was $17.8 million. This is all USD, by the way. An F50 sold for $12.1 million. They're finally seeing their day. Because for a while, people were like...
It took a while.
They don't look good, and they're not as iconic as an F40, but NAV12, obviously, manual.
Look at these prices, man.
And Enzos have like tripled.
I saw that. I saw
$9.4 million.
What?
For an Enzo. And then you have the usual, Ferrari 250p.
And I think the Enzo is going to continue to rise. It's just a special car. It bears literally the founder's name in it. V12. I know I don't like it. It's fine. Like I don't really care about the Enzo.
I do not care about the Enzo.
But I think it
really
is one of the most special Ferraris made for what it stands for, especially the nameplate of Enzo. I'm surprised there are not more, honestly.
Yeah, and the F1 gearbox.
Yeah, that was one of the first cars probably to have it back in the day.
Yeah,
big V12. Oh,
yeah.
I don't like the styling as much.
Me either. The front end, I've never.
Kind of awkward. No,
they've slowly grown on me over the years.
They still haven't grown on me.
But I still don't really like the way they look.
But investment grade Ferrari, that's probably one of the top ones, honestly. Dude. Modern Ferraris
and the road presence, like
I don't really care about a road presence. It doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah, I think even a LaFerrari. I like the LaFerrari styling more.
LaFerrari is my favorite Ferrari of all time, probably styled wise.
Okay,
it's just every angle just looks.
They do look really good.
So good. It's like the 458 on like the biggest steroids ever. It's like it just too expensive, but
a lot.
Sick. Those are also like what, 5-6 million or something.
I don't know.
They've also been climbing in value too.
Yes. Those, I mean, all those cars, like they never went down. No. 918 never went down. I don't believe Carrera GTS did though.
P1 also went down a little bit.
P1 was the most. Out of the three, Holy Trinity, it definitely.
It's the lowest, I think.
It dipped. Yeah.
But still, P1 is so sick.
P1's sick.
Yeah.
All right. Wow.
Anything else?
There we could go on.
Yeah, we could go on. We could talk about cars.
We'll have some more stuff next week. I am, just to give you guys a teaser, I'm driving some good cars that we could talk about in the next few weeks. Finally, well, right now I'm driving the RAV4 GR Sport. If you want us to talk about it, we can. We don't need to.
We'll talk about it next week.
When
do you return it?
Next Monday.
Okay, perfect.
I have it now.
We'll chat about it
next week. I'm finally driving the E53 AMG wagon.
That's the 6-cylinder one.
The 3-liter inline 6.
I'll reserve my judgment for later. It's fine.
And we'll make sure we go for a rip before we talk about
it. Okay.
And then after that, I'm driving not the fastest, but a new Dodge Charger with the inline 6.
The 6-pack?
It's the 6-pack.
I heard those have a lot of power, like over 500 or something,
right? The Scat Pack has more power.
Wow.
The one I'm driving is the 4-door with 420 horsepower.
4-door? I'll reserve my judgment for later. I don't like the way it looks.
I'm excited because I haven't poked around it at all.
At all, any of them.
No, and the reviews have not been good, so we'll see.
But people are pulling a lot of power out of those motors. Have you been watching?
Rob Dom's doing some cool stuff.
Yeah, Evan Shanks, or I think that's his name. Evan Shanks.
Yeah.
Sorry. But yeah, he's been putting a lot of power. I think he blew up his motor maybe. But they can hold a lot of power, a lot of boost, which is good. Wild. So it's good for the enthusiast market, and that becoming a future swap.
Yeah.
The future 2JZ or whatever.
Yeah.
Sick.
I think it's just a matter of time before they stuff a V8 in there, but
yeah, I know. Sure. I'm like, why did they have to wait so long? Just give us the V8.
They've got to do it before the next U.S. administration comes in, because I guarantee you,
they're
gonna reverse everything, and then 4 years later it'll go back and whatever. So.
But yes, I'm very interested to see. Again, don't like how it looks, the Charger, but
you don't think it looks good?
The coupe looks better.
The coupe,
and it does stand out, because I remember seeing one passing, and even my wife was like, "Ooh, what's that?" And I was like, "Oh, it's a Dodge Charger."
Yeah.
But I think they messed up the launch of that car. We're going on another tangent.
Yeah.
But we can talk about it after you drive it. We'll talk about how they messed up. They did everything in reverse, which they shouldn't have done. But yes.
Oh, well, hey, it's better than Jag killing the whole company.
I know.
So
taking a hiatus. What are you doing, Jag?
All right. If you guys want to follow Elvis, The Golden Drive on Instagram and YouTube. And
your roads untraveled on all the things.
Yes. And if you want to give us a rating wherever you're listening or watching this, just thumbs up. Give us a 5-star if you enjoyed it. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.